Power is often misunderstood. Most people think power comes from influence. It doesn't. Power comes from frame control. A frame is the context in which everything is interpreted. Who defines the frame defines what is possible. Most people lose power before any decision is made. They lose it by accepting someone else's frame. The moment you explain, you step inside a frame you did not choose. You are no longer setting conditions. You are responding to them. Response is always secondary. Power is primary. Primary positions do not explain themselves. They assume themselves. Think about authority figures. They do not ask, "Does this make sense to you?" They state, they decide, they move. Explanation invites negotiation. Negotiation shifts balance, and balance is the enemy of dominance. Power is asymmetrical by nature. The moment symmetry appears, authority weakens. This is why explanations feel polite, and politeness is often submission wearing good manners. Most people explain because they want agreement. Agreement feels safe, but safety is not leverage. Leverage comes from uncertainty. Uncertainty keeps others alert. Alert people reveal more. They talk, they justify, they adjust. You learn, they expose. This is not manipulation, it is observation. Those who control the frame do not rush to resolve tension. They let tension exist. Tension is information. When someone is uncomfortable, they leak intent. They show priorities. They show fear. They show urgency. Urgency is weakness. Power never rushes. It slows. It delays response. It lets others act first. First action reveals position. Second action adapts to it. This is why the strongest negotiators speak less. Not because they are quiet people, but because they understand sequence. Sequence is everything. Who speaks first gives direction. Who speaks second takes control. Most people reverse this. They rush to clarify. They rush to justify. They rush to correct. And in doing so, they surrender tempo. Tempo control is power. When you control the tempo, you control outcomes. This applies everywhere. Business, negotiations, leadership, personal dynamics. The one who sets the pace forces adaptation. The one who adapts is already behind. Power does not argue for its legitimacy. It behaves as if legitimacy is already settled. This is why powerful institutions do not debate their existence. They issue decisions. They do not seek consensus. They assume compliance. Explanation would imply doubt, and doubt invites challenge. This is why over-explaining always backfires. It signals uncertainty even when confidence is claimed. People don't listen to words, they read posture. And explanation is a posture, a defensive one. Defensive posture attracts pressure. Pressure seeks weakness. Weakness invites escalation. This is how people lose control without realizing it. They think they are being reasonable. They are being exposed. Power understands this instinct and resists it. It tolerates misunderstanding. It allows others to be wrong. It does not correct everything. Correction is often unnecessary. Reality corrects on its own. Those who rush to correct fear misinterpretation. Fear is always visible. Power does not fear interpretation. It knows outcomes matter more than narratives. Narratives change. Outcomes remain. This is why powerful people rarely explain themselves publicly. They let results speak. They let silence shape perception. They let others argue. Argument exhausts. Silence conserves energy. Energy conserved becomes leverage later. Most people spend power as soon as they get it. They talk, they react, they justify. Power spent cannot be reclaimed. This is why restraint is more important than expression. Expression feels strong. Restraint is strong. When you restrain speech, you restrain commitment. Commitment limits options. Options are leverage. Silence keeps options open. Speaking closes them. Every word spoken removes future flexibility. Power prefers flexibility. This is why leaders choose words carefully, or choose none at all, because silence preserves optionality. Optionality is strategic advantage. Most people underestimate this. They think power comes from visibility. It doesn't. Visibility invites attack. Power operates best slightly out of focus, not hidden, just unreadable. Unreadability frustrates opposition. Frustration leads to mistakes. Mistakes reveal structure. Structure reveals leverage points. This is how power advances without confrontation, not by force, by positioning. Positioning precedes action. Action without positioning is noise. Noise attracts resistance. Silence avoids resistance, because silence does not declare intent. Declared intent can be blocked. Undeclared intent cannot. This is why power moves quietly, not secretly, quietly. Quiet movement avoids early counteraction. Counteraction only happens when people know what to oppose. Silence denies them that clarity. This is why explanation is dangerous. It gives opponents something to push against. Silence gives them nothing. And when there is nothing to push, they lose orientation. Disoriented people act emotionally. Emotional action creates exposure. Exposure creates leverage. This is the cycle. Power does not dominate by force. It dominates by structure. Structure is invisible to those inside it, until it is too late. This is why silence feels heavy, because it carries structure. It signals that something is already decided, even if nothing has been said. When you feel pressure from someone who says nothing, it is not imagination. It is frame control. And frame control is the highest form of power. Most people will never learn this. They are too eager to speak, too eager to be seen, too eager to be understood. Power does not need understanding. It needs alignment. And alignment does not come from explanation. It comes from position. If you feel the urge to explain, stop. Ask yourself, am I maintaining the frame or entering someone else's? Because once you enter, control shifts. And regaining it is always harder than keeping it. Power is quiet, not because it is weak, but because it has nothing to prove and nothing to ask. That is why power never explains.